How's it going, everyone? Monday, May 20th. We're going to do a recap. I kind of screwed the recording up. I traded NVIDIA a couple times, got a little chopped up. I should have avoided it. There's some lessons to learn in here, some mistakes that I made, and I paid the price because going into earnings, expensive contracts, high IV, I should have just stayed away from it because when it reports earnings, after the close on Wednesday, there's going to be a lot of opportunity Thursday and Friday. So I got a little chopped up on NVIDIA. I went for an MU all-time high. Nothing really worked that great. And it was poor execution and a red day because of that. So I took 2 trades on NVIDIA, 1 on MU. So as far as NVIDIA, had a very strong push off the open and we got above prior day high. And then this is kind of where I got into trouble. I was reacting to a prior day high hold, just not enough information. There's not enough consolidation. I got away with this in the beginning of the year where I would just basically react to one candle and it would work. But earlier in the year is not the same environment that it is now. So just reacting to one candle is not good enough. That is not a good enough setup. And more times than not, you'll lead to getting chopped up instead of actually getting real follow through. So I kind of was overreacting to a possible hold of prior day high, thinking that it had to get to 950 psych level. So I tried it. And then this thing ended up pulling back and being choppy. And then I got out of my position. And out of the 2 trades I took on NVIDIA, this was the worst one. This one, the contracts just kind of deteriorated pretty quickly. High IV, they were very expensive. So I took an L, and then I did end up trying NVIDIA again. So that first setup, in my opinion, just not good enough. And then I did try once. It held that prior day high. It started to consolidate above it. More time went by. So more consolidation, price compression, which can lead to higher probability setups. Tried it again, thinking that if we can get over the highs, hold 950, maybe we get a little pop if it holds that 950 psych level. Got a little pop, had a nice move in the stock. The options did not move that much. And then once we dropped back below it, I ended up getting out and the options got beat up pretty quickly. But even then, the second trade was a small loss compared to the first. So overall, not very good setups. I think the obsession with NVIDIA going into earnings, I was just trying to go for breakouts. I was trying to go for holds of a key level prior day high, thinking that maybe we could run up into it. And it just led to getting chopped up on NVIDIA. And overall, I lost $9.45 on the name. Most of that loss coming from the first trade. So really, it was just one bad trade on the day that led to this number being as big as it was. If I had just waited for a better setup and tried to go for that high a day 950 push, breakout, it would have been a loser, but a small one. And then the small win on MU would have overall been basically just a small red day, and it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But it shows that sometimes it's only one bad trade that can screw the day up, and that was the first trade I took on NVIDIA. But it is what it is. Lesson learned. Now what I'm going to do moving forward is just avoid trading this name. Let it report earnings. Let the contracts be very expensive. And then after it reports Thursday and Friday, there should be a lot of opportunity. When all of that IV comes out of the options, they're a lot less expensive and they should be much better to trade. So that's the game plan moving forward. As far as MU goes, I just went for the all-time high. MU had a nice push. There were some setups prior to the all-time high push, but I got a little chopped up on NVIDIA, so I just kind of sat back and waited. But once we got to the all-time high, 130.54 was the all-time high level. I thought that if we can clear that out, maybe there's a chance for a little bit of momentum because at least it's making a new all-time high. So I ended up taking it on the flag above prior day high, waiting for real consolidation, not just one candle reaction off a level. Let some price compression go by. So got a nice push out of the flag. It was a little choppy. We ended up getting a move above all-time high, and then it just kind of chopped there. There wasn't that elevated volume, strong momentum push that I was looking for. So once we kind of hung here for a little bit, we made attempts to move higher and just didn't. I ended up just getting out for basically flat, $100 win. And then after that, realizing that I'm not getting a lot going, I took a couple really bad setups on NVIDIA. I kind of broke some of the rules as far as don't touch it going into earnings with high IV. I gambled a little bit. I put my hand on the stove and I got burnt and I'm down $845. Let's just call it a day because I know that Thursday and Friday there's going to be a lot of opportunity and all it takes is one good setup on those days to make probably 2x this if I'm on the right side of a trade. So just not good execution on my part, which happens. It's hard to be perfect. All the nonsense that you hear about and you see online with traders who seem like they are perfect almost every single day. They never have losses that are that big. They can always be on the right side of the market. I mean, we all know that most of that is nonsense. You're going to have times where you screw up, you don't trade great, you don't execute well. The most important thing is to not let it get out of control. And even though I probably could have lost a lot less overall, this is not out of control, and I just want to make sure to keep it that way. So I'm fully accepting that I did not trade great today. It's a red day. Don't make a red day get worse, and just live to fight on. So that was the trade recap. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.